game long.
And this is the definition of an exciting matchup. Don't be shocked if the 24-second clock doesn't come into play. They like to keep the pace fast.
And he quickly picks up his first foul. That's something to be aware of.
Goes up off the inbound. And Westbrook throws it down hard.
Check out the elevation from Westbrook. He's got some of the best hops in the league.
Pass to Ayton. A three-pointer off the mark. And now Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
A bit ago, Jason Kidd and I were able to chat. I asked him how they prepared for this matchup against Anthony Davis, and Coach responded saying, you have to prepare for his impact on both ends. Offensively, he's terrific around the rim and pretty much unguardable when his jumper is falling. And defensively, he does it all. Guys, back over to you.
All right, Allie, thank you so much for that.
Making good use of his length, Buzelis able to track down the block that time.
Ayton at the elbow. Porter with the steal. And they're pushing it up. Davis sets a screen. Outside, Porter. 5 on the clock. And the layup's good off the glass.
Just using his size well close to the rim. Porter is outstanding at cashing in from those spots.
Out left to the wing. Ayton wide open. No good with the wing jumper.
3 attempts from the field with nothing to show for it, but they should settle in soon.
Here's Buzelis. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
With his soft touch around the rim, Buzelis should score a lot of points in the paint over his career. Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
That is a quality look. You can't do it much better than that.
Now here's Porter. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game.
Now, when you start out shooting 80% or better as a team, you start to feel yourself a little bit, and that feeling is good.
Ayton in the corner. Here's Butler. And slam dunk by Butler.
And Jimmy throwing it down. Wow, that was tough.
And Jimmy Butler is what some might call an old school kind of player. Would you agree, Greg?
Yeah, I mean, he's all toughness, grit, and basketball IQ. A tone setter at the defensive end who plays unselfishly. That guy is all about winning.
And here is Williams. After Michael Porter made the last three-pointer. And it's Ayton missing. So the wing on the left. The kick out to Porter. And there's a foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Now here's Westbrook. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game.
Wow, that is just great defense right there by Williams. He is so good at altering shots with his length and activity.
Clearly a foul.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
He's hit his free throws at a pretty good clip this year, 77%.
Growing up in Arizona, Jalen Williams, Jim, was not an elite prospect.
Well, most stars in this league were blue-chip recruits coming out of high school. But, Kevin, not Williams. He spent 3 years in college developing his game, and he has worked his way into an all-star. Well, he was hoping to respond with a 3 of his own. He just couldn't get it to go.
Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
He's been on fire since the beginning of this game, particularly when you look at the high percentage shots he's getting.
1:36 left in the first. And he drives in. And it's slammed in by Williams.
And what a move by Williams. He put his head down and drove straight to the rim.
Pass to Christie. To the inside. Here's Davis. And it's Davis with the jam.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Well, the score reflects it. They've just been the better team all the way around.
Man, he's just pulled a Harry Houdini in this quarter. He's completely disappeared.
For three, Westbrook. Rebounded by DeAndre.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Out to the wing. Back to Davis. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Pass to Ayton. To the paint. And slam dunk by Butler.
And everything Butler does, he does with a bang, including those 2 points.
Now, Buzelis. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Also, the ball handler needs to wait until the screener's feet are set.
And Davis throws it down.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
We always talk about getting high percentage shots, and they are teaching a master class in that right now.
And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isolo. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Just 3 on the clock. And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. They lead by 14. And we'll get the second quarter under. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
Well, look at the turnover ratio, then look at the score. Easy to see what happened in that first period.
Well, they're taking care of the ball on one end of the floor and then forcing mistakes on the other.
Oh, and the jam by Westbrook.
Changing ends, Westbrook just moves at a different speed than everyone else, and he runs hard all the time. Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
And he doesn't have to do it alone. He's got 4 teammates on the floor.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
To the wing right side. Pass to Butler. Back to Ayton. And the shot goes down.
Nice work right there by the big guy, DeAndre Ayton, getting it done.
And we've played just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams.
Well, I appreciate the aggressiveness, but you've got to be smarter. That's a low percentage pass.
They double him with Butler. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
You two players, the jump ball.
Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Anthony Davis talked about what motivates him. He said championships, the things I do in the community, being a good teammate, playing hard. All that stuff matters the most to me. Don't get me wrong, money is amazing, but my legacy will win that battle every time. Back to you.
Priorities straight. All right, Allie, we thank you very much. Westbrook double team. Pass to Christie. Williams for 3. Anthony Davis with the rebound. Guys, they have a really solid lead at this point.
Definitely, and they haven't faced much resistance.
Friends double teamed. Clock at 6. And it's Davis missing. Tim, DeAndre Ayton was coveted as the #1 overall pick back in 2018.
Well, he moves so well for a 7-footer, and he's got great touch out to the mid-range. Kevin, his offensive game is special.
Prince outside. Over Porter. That doesn't fall. Can't drop his first shot. Driving in. And they call the foul, so he's got the and-one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Look at Porter going into attack mode, getting his shot and the trip to the line.
Tim, one thing about the NBA, there is never a shortage of exciting young players to watch and cover. Who are you excited about in watching them grow and take it from this point forward?
Well, I love two big lead guards. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Cade Cunningham certainly come to mind. Both of those guys are established stars in this league, and yet there is still so much more they can add to their games. The sky is the limit.
And they seem to have the right attitude. Am I right in your assessment?
They are guys that everybody wants to play with. They're mature as leaders as well.
And there's the drive. Here's Christie. And the rejection by Ayton. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off his shot. 24-second violation.
Isaiah Joe.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. They set the screen. It's Williams with the drive.
Yeah, nice drive right there. Williams, a really well-rounded offensive player.
Yeah, full court, man-to-man defense here.
And here is Prince. Still scoreless. Here's Porter. And finished off by Porter.
And that's a momentum shifter. A steal leading straight to the basket.
Prince outside. And that one goes long.
But that's a look you rarely see him miss.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Davis. That is his first foul of the game. Mitchell outside. Pass to Ayton.
Just doesn't seem to have it here in the second quarter.
His three-pointers off the mark.
And it just feels like his poor shooting has been contagious to his entire team as they find themselves trailing.
On the free throw, no good.
Well, one of the more versatile bigs in this league. AD can guard anyone and can attack from anywhere on the floor.
It's a 9-point spread. Outside Porter. And a miss there on the triple. Outside Butler. Outside Porter. There's the pick. Going inside. Banked in off the glass. Porter's got 7.
When he's going, KPJ is a deadly offensive player. Can beat you in so many ways, including off the bounce.
Davis sets a screen. Outside Porter. 6 to shoot. Pass to Joe. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
Substitution on the court.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Now, here's Bamba. He's guarded by Davis. It's stolen by Buzelis. Outside for Davis. Outside Porter. Shot clock at 6. Dinwiddie outside. Missed inside. And that concludes the first half. They're up by 7. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Davis in the corner. Inside. And it's Davis Davis finishing it off.
Assistant.
When Davis goes to the rim full force, he punishes a defense.
And over 3 years in high school, Anthony Davis shot up from being 6'2" to 6'10". But Greg, he brought those guard skills with him.
And Kevin, that transformation as a pro also significant. Adding over 30 pounds to his frame. And with his wingspan over 7'5", he is a physical presence.
Bamba sets a screen. Takes a three. Drains the three-pointer. Bamba's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
And when you give up a 3, there's always this instinct to try and get it back immediately. Well, all systems go here early on. That's 3 in a row since Jump Street.
So, Greg, you've had a long NBA career, so I'm curious, what's one of the biggest changes you've noticed since you've retired?
Well, you know, one that doesn't get talked about enough. Length. You know, players these days are just longer, especially in the backcourt, and that wing position. It feels like every team has a guy 6'9" or taller that is a pure perimeter player.
Davis. And it's Davis with the jam.
Yeah, he continues to break down that defense. Davis is in a great rhythm right now.
And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That'll be his second foul of the game.
First team foul.
They double him with Green. Joe with it. No scoring in this one.
Oh, that's a tough pass to make there. He had a very narrow gap to squeeze it through and just couldn't get it done.
And that is a staple of Jimmy's game. Drive it down the heart of the defense, create contact, and get to the free throw line.
And so Butler nails both of them.
And that's why you don't want to foul a guy like him. He is going to make those free throws.
Pass to Christie. From deep. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Christie's got his second bucket tonight.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks a lot, guys. It's always exciting to see a player with the hot hand. Klay Thompson knows a little something about that. He said it's that flow state that any great athlete or artist, entertainer tries to get into. The one thing I learned is you can't force those great nights. You have to let them just happen. Kevin?
I can only imagine what it's like. Thanks a lot, Allie. Shoots the 3. And Bamba pulls it down. Crowder with the steal. Three minutes gone now in the third quarter. It's Crowder on the wing. It's stolen by Green. And oh, here we go with Green. Nobody down.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
What a great sequence. You gotta love the effort. That's big time. Well, he got the shot he loves, and the defense should honestly be relieved. He didn't punish them for being a little bit soft there in the mid-range.
And that field goal percentage climbing now above 50%. They look like a different team here in the second half.
Pass to Bamba. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And at almost 7 feet tall, Bamba is hard to cover. He's adept at getting these calls inside. Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Prince outside. Prince double teamed. 5 to shoot. Outside for Davis. Stolen by Bamba. Here's Butler. Takes it inside. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Here's Westbrook. Yep, that one goes in there. Westbrook's got 12 in the game.
And if anything, Westbrook gets more aggressive against contact inside. He doubles his effort level in response.
Russell Westbrook with the rebound.
Oh, no excuse for a guy of his caliber. You've got to finish that slam. You've got to be a little embarrassed by that one.
Assisted by
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
And they have picked it up offensively here in the second half. Ball movement, getting high percentage shots, you can definitely see a difference.
Sinks the three-pointer. Westbrook's got 5 points now this quarter.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Here's Bamba. Another shot, and it's good on the layup.
And the closer to the basket Bamba is, the more effective he is. Outstanding at using his size inside.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
They double him with Butler. Here's Crowder. He has yet to score. Dinwiddie for 3. And they're moving it up. Oh, and the jam by Williams.
Man, Jalen Williams auditioning for the dunk contest. That was nasty.
Davis. And finished off by Anthony Davis.
And forget about finesse. This big fella's all about the power.
Well, points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. They're up by 7.
45.
We've got more.
The visiting team, 52. Come on, fans. It's
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. Now here's Williams. To the middle. Here's Ayton. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And this is where Ayton does the most damage. Inside, feels like he can score on anyone. And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA? Especially when the slam is coming from the point guard.
Yeah, when your lead guard is doing that, it just creates excitement.
Nailed from three-point land.
I love seeing DeAndre Ayton in attack mode. He anticipated an opportunity for himself, and he went for it.
Here's Dinwiddie. Lays it up and banks it in.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down. And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, when you're coming down the stretch, you don't want any wasted possessions.
Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. Prince in the corner. 6 on the shot clock. Down low. Here's Davis. Off target at the rim. Ayton attacking. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. Ayton's got 9 points here in the second half. Pass to Davis. Over Ayton. Bank shot. No good. To the inside. Stolen by Prince. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Shot by Crowder, no good. Here's Butler. Jumps up. And slam dunk by Butler.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
And now the big question, can they sustain the momentum?
Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Hey guys, over that break I was able to catch the message that the visiting team coach was giving to his team. He applauded their shooting and their shot selection, saying, "We're taking the right threes, not forcing anything. Keep doing that, and they'll continue to fall." Makes the game easy, doesn't it?
And Allie, thanks so much. Here's Christie. Off with the layup. Williams looking around. Pass to Ayton. Shot clock at 6. And Ayton throws it down.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
Well, they've shown great determination, and that speaks to the overall character of this team.
Outside, Christie. Now Davis. Butler with the rebound. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Butler.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Double team on Westbrook. And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
A 2-point game. Now Porter.
And when Ayton is this engaged and active defensively, he can really make a difference.
And that one falls.
Well, he has a knack for delivering in big moments. Everyone in the building knew Butler was going to take that shot.
And it's off.
Yeah, I think he forced that a little bit there. Should have tried for a higher percentage look from the 3.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
And what I love about Jalen Williams is his versatility. Well, he's a 3-level scorer on one end of the floor, and then he has the athleticism to defend quickness, but the strength to take on bigger wings.
Off the glass.
And we've seen this before, folks. Big possession, Westbrook rising to the occasion. How about that competitiveness?
Ayton outside. Jacks up a 3. Buries the deep ball.
Yeah, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the 2-man game right there.
Oh, what an assist. Leading him to the bucket.
And this kid, Buzelis, loves these types of situations. He wants to be the guy they go to in the big moments.
We've got 1:18 left in the fourth quarter. Now Ayton. Butler. Look at the attack of Butler in the lane.
Well, it's Butler's night. They have gone to him repeatedly, and you see why.
The shot is off. They can burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well.
Oh, boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one on Davis.
And you know what? Saved what was likely to be a dunk.
And the second of 2 is good. That stretches their lead to 8. Outside Westbrook. 41 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 6 to shoot. Let's lose a 3. Cleared away by Ayton.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the 3-point lane.
Six seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And here is Williams. Clock at 6. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Away team ball.
And so they get the victory here at home. A confident win and one